Hello, Libra. Welcome to your reading with me, Cindy. Libra, we are getting messages from the ancient ones this week. So yeah, that's what I gotta say. It's very ancient energy, very ascended, ancient masters energy that's been here for a long time, Libra. And we're gonna use their energy to look at your spiritual success and activation. So I'm going to use my Spirit Animal Oracle deck to get started. We're going to look at the area of your life you are most disheartened about or feel the most blocked in. How does this block shape the course of your life? What you can activate in your life right now, and how you can move away from your worries. So let's see, Libra. Let's see what we got. These have been very interesting. They've been very interesting readings. I'm sure yours will be no different. Well, there, it's already coming out. Okay. Sweet. Okay. The area of your life you are disheartened about and feel the most blocked in. This is the first thing. Sweet results await. Trust in divine detours. I'm busy right now. Yeah. No. Go see Grandma. No. My mom's visiting because it's the long weekend. No. Go see Grandma. All right. Sweet results await. Trust in divine detours. Okay, so that immediately feels like something's going on here that doesn't make sense, or it doesn't seem to come into alignment with some kind of plan that you have for yourself. It's like there's sweet results here. I want to say that you probably are seeing that there's but the fact that trust in divine detours is showing up together with this card, you're the only one that's had two in the one placement. Something going on that you don't quite understand right now, and it doesn't make sense. It's almost like that should have worked out. This would have been a perfect plan. Here we go. Oh, what is going on? Like, it almost feels like divine detours could be moving you away from the result, like something that, because sweet results await. It's almost like it's right there for your picking, for you to pick. It's there. But it could be, it kind of giving me that sense of like the Seven of Pentacles, like low-bearing fruit. There's some sort of effort required to get there. And the universe is bringing in a detour to get you to it. Or to get you to see something different about it. I honestly feel like that you're not trusting in the detour too. Like, this feels like a block. It's difficult to trust the universe right now. This doesn't make sense. Okay, how does this block shape the course of your life? Spirit has a plan. Okay. One of the things that I'm noticing in these readings this week, more and more, is that, okay, it actually falls a bit in alignment with what I've kind of learned over the years, just through being human and doing readings and whatnot. But it does misalign a bit with what is taught in a lot of spiritual settings, that you can manifest anything you want, anytime you want, anywhere you want. You can't. Because manifestation is always about balance between spirit and ego. What's the course that you're setting here? And to be quite honest, if you are 100% governing yourself, moving yourself forward with just your spirit, your soul, you're always going to trust. You're always going to go with wherever spirit is guiding you. Because you're going to know. You know in that deeper sense. The ego, I'm really feeling more and more that the ego is on some level associated with the desire to manifest. And I'm noticing more and more in these readings with these cards and this energy that there are things that we do not have control over, regardless of how much power you think you have in manifestation. And I feel like there's a lot of people that, they find that difficult to accept, because if I don't have complete control over my life all the time, I feel like I'm falling. That's showing up here. Like I feel like these ancient ones are coming through to try to rip apart some type of belief that's starting to become structured in spiritual realms, because it is false. You can manifest. I feel the less you try, and the more you just are. There's definitely the energy here of, it's really difficult to trust in the divine because I want to do this for myself. This seems like a happy course. This seems like something that would, be the route to my happiness. That and this block, how it's shaping the course of your life, is you see the Spirit has a plan. And the more and more your ego is ripped away, the more and more you kind of like connect with your soul and your spirit. And you may not be so driven to, what is it I need to manifest today? I think it's just being. Sometimes it's just being and finding peace and happiness and freedom where you are. I got into an interesting discussion with someone on Twitter who honestly believed if he had more money, he would have more freedom. And one of the things that I have learned is that freedom is a state of mind. So if you believe that you do not have freedom to do certain things, that you do not, it doesn't matter how much money you have, because you can have all the money in the world, but then you can feel confined and constrained. It might sound funny by that money, because with that comes a lot of responsibilities. So these things that you want to try to manifest, where is that coming from? What part of you is that coming from here? I told you all these are deep this week. Okay, what can you activate in your life right now? Watch and wait. Watch and wait, Libra. Oh, these are beautiful. These two cards mirror each other in numbers, 35 and 53. Spirit has a plan. Watch and wait. Oh, as I placed them down, I reversed them so that, how does this block shape the course of your life? Watch and wait. What can you activate in your life right now? The plan that Spirit has for you. I'm telling you. This is fascinating. This is so fascinating, Libra. Okay. How can you move away from your worries? Be loyal to what you love. Focus on the things in your life that, regardless of your circumstances, you will always be loyal to it, regardless of how things change around you. You will always have loyalty to that. What is that? For some of you, it could be a pet. For some of you, it could be a child. For some of you, it could be a practice that you have in your day-to-day life that brings like a sense of awareness, rewards, whatever it could be. But something that I feel like loyalty in its truest sense is always there. And be loyal to what you love. What is that? That's a pretty deep question to ask yourself right now, isn't it? Well, look at this. Maybe it's you. Maybe it's something else. I don't know. The underlying cards are tend to the small things. Get the little mouse there. And then a time to heal. All of the little things that we look after in our day actually help pave the way for bigger things to form and develop and move forward. The pyramids were built one stone at a time, right? And what a tedious endeavor, a long endeavor that was. The Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords came out. Not ready yet. All right, in your head, in your mind. This is not the direction I thought life would go. This is not how I think things, how I thought things would unfold. This is not how I thought I'd feel if I achieved this. It's interesting, right? Because you think of the point of when we're born, immediately our soul is in this little body, and you can see it so clearly. You can see the wiseness and the depth of the human soul in a little tiny baby. See it in their eyes, the little expressions they give you. It's like looking at a little old man or woman. And from the point that they are born, now the struggle begins for the soul to be able to connect with the body, right? It can't. It's like, I don't know how to move this thing. I don't know how to control it. The only thing I can do is cry and scream and help me with my needs. And so it's like allowing the mind and the body to come into connection with the soul. It is so much like, it's a symbiotic relationship. It's just like a parasite. But then once we do that, it always feels like the ego gets built up in that, right? The human form takes over, where it's just a vehicle for us to live a more spiritual existence. And then you have to reclaim the spirit in you, which is, I feel like I'm saying that because I see that here. I honestly want to say there's a disheartened feeling with what I see here, that sweet results await, that you don't feel like that, and that you can trust in major changes that are happening in your life. You don't feel like that. I feel like there's just like, you really identify yourself with whatever circumstance is happening around you right now. This is interesting, because what I'm pulling out right here, this came out a bit in Leo's reading. The persistent resistance. It's not what's going on here, but it is once you release, then things move for you. So tend to the small things, time to heal, and then you have the Hermit and the Five of Swords at the bottom of this deck. So now when I look at it like that, I feel like you've been through some sort of healing, because the time to heal and the Hermit are the two underlined followed by something else. This looks like it's time to come out of a hermit mode. It's time to move beyond some sort of healing pattern that you've been in. It's time to move forward, but it's not necessarily time to jump into any big thing. It's not necessarily time to give your energy, give your time to a large project even. It's like tending to the small things around you. Pulling out all the little weeds in the garden, right? As opposed to building the fence. Oh yeah, you can see your card. I probably put it up at some point here. You can see all the cards that are in the spread. I put it on the screen. Interesting. All right. Okay, I feel like this is related to something that you've started from the beginning. It could be a project. It feels very three-dimensional. Page of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles, the Five of Cups, what I'm looking at. So it feels very much like this is something that you started maybe grassroots. This is something that you learned a lot about along the way. This is something that you possibly even wanted to learn about. It could be something that you were educating yourself in, as like the Page of Pentacles. You were likely working with others. And actually, to be honest, the Page of Pentacles and the Three of Pentacles could be like a school environment. Could be like perhaps you were going back to learn something, to re-educate yourself. It reminds me of something I did like, I don't know, like 30 years ago. I was doing like night courses for web design. And then literally just as I graduated, the whole IT industry crashed. Like there's that feeling because the Five of Cups is what follows this. And you know, what sweet results? There's no sweet results here. What is this detour? Like I worked on this from the beginning. I worked on this well with others. I did the hard work here, but I'm left with disappointment. I want to say the question there is, because I can see what's coming out over here, is what was your intention when you started this project? What was your intention when you started it? Because it looks like here it might have been monetary. It looks like here it might have been something in the physical. And I don't feel like this has been wasted. I want to say, as I've even found in my, because I've lived through that many times. So many things that I've done, like, what the hell? I keep like have great ideas, start to do something, and then the world changes around me and it's not going to work or it's not going to happen. Why is that? Do I not know what I'm doing? But I'm honest to God, every project that I've started in life and it hasn't like come to fulfillment the way I thought it would, or I wasn't able to create anything with it, I'm using all of that I learned over the last 50 years of my life and applying it to what I'm doing right now. And I'm applying it to what I'm doing right now only because I had an interest in it in self-development for myself. And I thought it would be fun to read other energies besides my friends and neighbors. So I thought I'm going to do it on YouTube, with no intention of like starting a big channel. I don't even imagine. I didn't even know you could monetize a channel like when I started it, right? So something here, the divine is changing something. It's creating a detour, and it makes no sense to you right now. I know, I've been there. As it's described, I've been there. Okay. How's this block changing the course, shaping the course of your life, right? Spirit has a plan. So you are not always, you might actually be at the helm of the boat, but you are not always controlling the direction of the wind. That's, yeah. So, Eight of Cups, Strength card, the Ace of Wands. Right? When you walk away, when you are no longer emotionally invested in something that A, feels like a disappointment, and B, The outcome is causing you to look more deeply into yourself. Ideas come forward. Changes happen with this Ace of Wands, right? This connected to Spirit has a plan. Your strongest idea is yet to come. I would say that with the Strength card and the Ace of Wands. I also think that it's causing you to hold back on something. You have to disconnect emotionally. You can't stay in this Five of Cups state. What you can activate in your life right now is to watch and wait. But it doesn't feel like that's something you necessarily want to do. Because I am seeing someone here who's building something up. The sweetness of life should come out of this. But now I'm not so sure with trust in the divine detour. The Chariot, the King of Cups, and the Ten of Wands. This is literally like all of the movement, all the deeper parts of yourself need to be the burden that you carry right now. What's really crazy is look at this, right? The seahorse is coming forward to say, watch and wait. That's what you can activate in your life right now, is to see which way the wind is blowing. You can steer all you want against it, but, you know, I mean, even watch birds when it's really windy and they're out there, they're not going against the wind. It's just going to take them longer to get to where they want to, but they're working with the wind. The King of Cups has a seahorse coming to him. Spirit's going to show you when it's time or what to do. But right now, this is a watch and wait for you. That's the biggest thing you can activate in your life. And, you know, while you're doing that, tend to the small things. Redecorate your room. Move the pictures around. Fluff up the pillows. Listen to a podcast. I don't know. Might not be what you want to hear, but I'm just telling you what the cards say. So be loyal to what you love. Now, this is very interesting. How can you move away from your worries? So you got the World, the Four of Swords, and the Eight of Wands. I feel, this is curious. This almost feels like healing parts of yourself in terms of how they fit in the world. How do you move in the world? Do the things that you do they help the world to heal? Doing things that help the world to heal. And these are the same things that help you to heal. This is also, I want to say, with the Eight of Wands coming in next, is how you find movement. How you find movement. How you were able to capitalize on your dreams. I'm really curious about over here with the Page and the Three of Pentacles. Sweet results await. I want to look at that. Okay, this is what you're feeling like. The results are not. So the sweet results are not showing up here. The Two of Pentacles and the Ten of Wands. You put a lot of work in. Well, I can tell you. Did 2 years of nighttime school. Weekends too. Worked my ass off. Was really tired. Found myself in the same job after that because everything came tumbling down. I know it, my friends. I see it right here. In some ways, well, that wasn't the course I was meant to take. It seemed like a good course at the time. It seemed like a great direction to choose, but wasn't it. And the more I've experienced life, the more I've kind of realized is I have a lot less, my ego and my mind have a lot less comprehension and control over why I'm really here. Big time. So, as you could say, well, Cindy, you should have just, pushed through if that was what you really, really wanted to do. I'll tell you what I really, really wanted to do was I wanted to be able to continue to pay my rent and not live on the streets. That was what I really, really wanted to do. Trust in divine detours. Not so sure you're trying. The Queen of Cups. Aha. I think the universe is guiding you towards something that you're going to love, as opposed to something that you have learned about, that you've built on what you've learned here. Effort. There's a lot of effort here. I see a lot of effort, and well, from the cards here, it doesn't look like you're getting the results you expected in this effort. So the Page of Pentacles, you're at least not getting the emotional. Maybe it is something that is bringing in a good income for you in some way, but you're not getting the emotional return on it. The Page of Pentacles, the King of Cups, and the Star. This honestly feels like it's the building blocks of what you have to hold on to activate, to heal this. The Three of Pentacles. There's a divine detour taking place here, because I think it is honestly trying to connect. There's a part of your ego here that's blocking like your soul's purpose. The Three of Pentacles. The Six of Pentacles, the Four of Swords, the Magician, and the Knight of Swords. Yeah, there's so many pentacles, guys. It does really honestly feel like a physical path that started to take over a spiritual path. The Page of Cups, or the Five of Cups. Oh, I say the Page of Cups. Temperance in the Page of Cups. There you go. So it is. Now there's a fresh emotional start here. I don't know what y'all been working on. It's not, I feel like if anything, it's more not emotionally fulfilling than it is perhaps even financially fulfilling. It's like hitting the pause button here. The universe has hit the pause button. Spirit has a plan. This is how this block is shaping the course of your life. Judgment. Well, you have a new beginning coming, my friends. But this is also a time to take stock of what you've built up, what you feel like you're pushing against and not getting anywhere with. Oh yeah, Spirit has a plan. I kind of wonder, because I try to think back on sort of different conscious thoughts, like historically speaking, that humanity has had, and any way that we can try to find the truth in that, and different scrolls and documents and, whatnot. And, I mean, way back when, people really did feel like, but see, that's, okay, I'm going to say, first, does it not seem like humanity is always on big swings big swings, never sits in the middle. And if it does, on any topic or belief, it's always like one end or the other. Everything is this. And then that's too far. So then we go this way and then it gets too far again. And then we go this way. I just see that in society and with so many cultural beliefs, and it's crazy. I'm like, God, if you just come into the middle a bit. But I've seen that here playing out in these cards where, you know, thinking back, people used to think, you know, I have no power over the direction of my life. I'm just connected to the cosmos, you know, and that was very disempowering to people. And a lot of people found themselves in positions and belief. If you're born into poverty, that's where you're meant to be and you're not going anywhere. You see how like that's just one end. It's just too far on that side. And I feel like we've taken it so far on the other side that you have 100% control over your life. Anything that you want, you can achieve right now. You can get that right now. You just have to manifest it. But there's what's going on? Like I want to say, I'll bet you 80% of the people coming to this reading haven't manifested everything that they want to manifest. And a lot of things that they were trying to manifest never happened. And then looking back on it thinking, it's probably a good thing I never manifested that. But you see, that's not falling in alignment with where we are right now. Because this reading is telling me that y'all don't have control over your life right now. But that doesn't mean you don't at any other times. There's something going on right now. And it does feel like a bit of a breakdown of the ego, right? We have to come into the middle of these things. It's not that you don't have control over your life, but it also is not that you always have control over your life. It's kind of in the middle. And you all are sitting in one of those right now. And I kind of feel like it's sort of a profound reading and a profound experience that this is even coming out in Libra, right? Like the significance of that is to balance the scales. And that is here. Right now, my friends, it's kind of beautiful the way it's seen. And I feel like people feel, you know, when that is told to them, that this is a truth, that you can manifest anything you want in your life right now. And if you see other people succeeding in stuff and you think, oh, but you don't know what they're not succeeding in. That's the other thing. There could be all sorts of things that they're not manifesting, but you're just seeing what is the obvious on the outside of what they're manifesting right now. I feel like when we go too far on either side, that's disheartening to people. I feel like that's disheartening to people, especially when you find yourself in this situation or this scenario where you know, it doesn't make sense. I put in all the work. I'm doing this. I'm manifesting. I'm following what everyone says I should be doing at this point. But then the next thing you'll be told is, well, you just got to hang on a little longer. You got to hang on a little longer. Don't lose doubt. Don't lose doubt. I kind of feel like my readings are going more and more into breaking down some of the bullshit in the spiritual community. Anyways, hey, I'm just here for spirit. I don't care either way. I don't know. I just want to live my life and have a good time. So, what's going on over here, Libra, with what you can activate in your life right now? You can watch and wait. The Four of Wands. Celebrate. Celebrate life itself. Every breath that you take, every move you make, I'll be watching you. Isn't that funny? Watch and wait. So that's curious. The universe is always there with you. And you are part of the universe. You're just in a bit of an ego fleshy bubble right now. The Ten of Wands. I'm looking at that. Okay, the Death card came out with the Ten of Wands. With the Death card and the High Priestess. Yeah, the universe asking you to carry water. Carry buckets of water, which is funny that I would say that because it's the Chariot and the King of Cups leading into the Ten of Wands. Carry buckets of water right now. Carry water. Carry water. And you're like, well, how is this getting me to my goal? Just carry it. You know what? Because time is part of the process in this experience. There will be an ending to something here, and there will be a rebirth. And I'm telling you right now, though, from what the cards say, you are not in control of when that happens. Because Spirit has a plan, and they have the Judgment card. And then I feel like, you know, this is the High Priestess to me, in many circumstances, and in this one in particular, is speaking to us from like the spiritual gurus in the spiritual realm, like in the form 5Ds, whatever Ds you want to call it. Yeah, watch and wait. You're not in control right now. That's all I can tell you. And I feel like we're busting through something here, because the spiritual community is becoming toxic. It is. It's becoming toxic. It's becoming an industry. Whenever anything becomes an industry, it's no longer run from the star, right? As it is above, so be it below. Nope. So pay attention, my friends. Pay attention. Be loyal to what you love. That's how you can move away from your worries right now. The Devil and the Four of Cups. Well, that's interesting. Do you love being disappointed? Oh, wow. Be loyal to what you love. How to move away from your worries. I really get the impression with these cards that, you know, there's different options that can be offered to you. Because the Devil's got the bag of money. The Devil has the ice cream cone. And then what is this person focusing on? All the things that aren't working out. Spirit's right there. That's what this cup behind is all about. Is the universe stepping in here. Hey, look what I got for you. So that to me says, don't look at what you're achieving right now in the physical. If you stop looking at what you're achieving, what other people are achieving in the physical, you're going to start to notice exactly what it is that the universe, that Spirit is trying to offer you right now. Watch and wait, but you got to remove whatever it is that you're focused on. This World card. The Ten of Cups. Whoa. Right? The World symbolizes successful completion. This could be you have successfully completed up to some point here, some sort of family dynamic, some point in your life that was happy. There's an interesting ad going around on YouTube. I don't know if it's popped up in your feed, but it's kind of, well, it's a little bit true. And at first it sounds a little bit negative, but I'm going to be honest, it's a bit refreshing compared to like, I am getting tired of hearing all this stuff in the spiritual community about do this, everything will be perfect. You're meant to be here, and sometimes shit is meant to be hard, it's meant to be painful, it's meant to be sad, and it's meant to feel like a goddamn struggle. Because this ad, it does, it says, nobody told you when you got here that 50% of the time you would be happy, and 50% of the time you would be unhappy. But when we're telling people you always have to reach for happiness, you always have to reach for happiness, they don't know how to deal with being unhappy. They don't know how to go in there and work through it and look at it. You guys have a really tough reading. This energy is really tough. And it does look like closing off something here. Family, friends. It's time to heal and move forward. Be loyal to what you love. I still think that that is an open-ended question for y'all. Something to think about here. The Four of Swords. The Nine of Swords. Heal the mind. You've got to, yeah, okay. Heal the mind, heal the thinking. Heal the negative thoughts. You have an attachment here to something that's not working out. And if you're attached to something that's not working out, you're not working out, right? 8 of Wands. The World. You've got to let something go here. And it looks like it's the hardest thing to do. The 7 of Wands and the Page of Wands. What was that? Nobody told me there'd be days like these. That's what this reading feels like. But this reading, I feel like too when I read the zodiacs, I'm reading for you guys, but I get this in Libra. There's something about Libra where these really profound messages from like the beginning of my channel come through. And like, I think you can sometimes attach these readings to house placements, like what Libra represents too. And there is, we talked about a lot of that in this reading, like balances here. And you cannot be happy 100% of the time. Otherwise, you won't recognize happiness. You will take advantage of happiness. It's true. It's just not, it's sad. Actually, it is. It's a sad truth. It's the sad, happy truth of life. And even existence in itself. And maybe that's why there is now a 3-dimensional existence. Because just the spiritual existence itself is not enough to develop the spirit. And here we are, Libra. So I'm going to go do your extended. In the extended, I'm looking at the cycle you are leaving, the cycle you are entering, what your focus will be in the void between these 2 cycles, and advice for you moving forward. Until next time, Libra, do be gentle with yourselves. Bye.